What's up everyone, Starizard here, coming at you with another review. In today's review, we're taking a look at a game that mashes up Pokemon with Slay the Spire to make a really interesting roguelike deck builder. And that game is Dragon Eclipse. This game, yeah, if that description didn't hook you right away, this review might. Let's dig into it. Dragon Eclipse is a roguelike deck builder that plays a lot like Slay the Spire. The core gameplay is nearly identical. You follow a branching path, build your deck, and battle enemies using turn-based card combat. The main difference is that you're not playing as a single character. Instead, you control a team of 3 Mistlings, which are magical creatures, each having a unique ability and signature card. As you progress through a run, you can evolve your Mistlings, unlock stronger forms, and new strategies. Also, fun fact, this game actually started as a board game on Kickstarter. So when I was Googling this game, all I found was information about the board game. I couldn't find much about this game itself. So yeah, just a fun fact. Alright, let's get back to the story. Let's do the story. Unlike Slay the Spire, this game actually has a story. You play as the Chosen One, tasked with defeating a mysterious big bad to save the world from the Dragon Eclipse. It's pretty standard stuff, but the fact that there is a story gives this game a little bit more structure. Alright, Overworld Hub. Dragon Eclipse also adds an Overworld Hub, which is not really seen in Slay the Spire. This is where you'll check out which Mistlings you unlocked, interact with them, and talk to NPCs. You can also head to the kitchen to grab a consumable item to use at the start of your next run. That said, the hub doesn't offer a ton of depth, NPCs repeat their dialogue, and Mistlings don't really have much to say either. It's a nice touch, but mostly cosmetic. Before starting a run, you'll choose a trainer, each with a unique ability that can shape your strategy. One might let you activate abilities twice per turn, but you earn less gold, while another gives you extra energy at the cost of starting with only 2 Mistlings. After that, you pick the level. There are 6 in total, with the final one containing the endgame boss. Then, you build your team of up to 3 Mistlings, and you begin to run. Once you're in, the game begins. You choose between regular, hard, or very hard battles. The harder the fight, the more Mistberries and gold coins you earned. Combat is turn-based. You play cards using energy, usually starting with 3 per turn, and each card costs a certain amount. Once your energy runs out, you end your turn and the enemy goes. After the enemy finishes their turn, your Mistling's passive abilities activate, and your front Mistling performs an auto attack based on their current strength. There is also a positioning system. Enemies show who they're going to attack with icons above their heads, and you can freely swap Mistlings around to protect weaker ones. It does add a light puzzle element to fights and deepens the strategy in a way I really appreciated. After each battle, you go to a reward screen where you spend your Mistberries. You can buy charms, which are special items that give Mistlings passive or triggered abilities, or purchase new cards to add to your deck. Equip 4 charms to a Mistling and it will evolve, upgrading its signature card and letting you choose a new ability. This is a huge part of the power scaling in a run and gives you a strong sense of progression. Back in the overworld, as you unlock new areas, you can gain access to different shops. You have the card shop, which can upgrade, duplicate, or remove cards. Merchant is where you pay gold to buy cards, consumables, and remove cards. The training center, where you spend gold to boost or heal your Mistlings, and dragon totems, which are a free option to heal a Mistling or upgrade a Mistling's attack. After 9 battles, the game warns you that the eclipse is coming. You've got one final battle to prepare before facing the boss of that level. Once you lose, or hopefully beat the boss, you gain experience, which will unlock new cards that will be added to the card pool, unlock new trainers, and unlock new Mistlings that you can hatch and then use on a future run. If you do beat the boss, you get pushed out back to the Overworld Hub, and you get a little bit more of the story, and then you unlock the next level. Each level does get harder, building up to the true final boss, which is pretty dang tough. Visually, the game looks kind of like a mobile game. Clean, simple, and a little cheap looking, but again, much like Slay the Spire, the focus is on the gameplay, not the visuals. The soundtrack is fine, not really a standout, it's serviceable. Now on the Switch version, I did run into a few bugs. The biggest one was with a Mistling called Gaidon. After reaching the evolution condition mid-battle, the game would break. I couldn't take any actions and it basically soft locked the run. So as of now on the Switch, he's unusable. I also noticed some slowdown during boss fights where there'd be weird pauses between enemy actions, and loading into battles take about 5 to 6 seconds each time, which does add up. There's nothing game breaking besides the Gaidon, but it is worth noting. I did recently pick up a Switch 2, so I booted this game up, and these issues seem to be non-existent in the Switch 2 version, so keep that in mind when purchasing this on the Switch 1. How long it takes to beat Dragon Eclipse really depends. Unlike Slay the Spire, it has a defined ending. For me, it took about 7 to 8 hours to complete the story. You can go back and replay levels and do more runs, but it doesn't have that same addictive replay factor Slay the Spire has. Once I beat the story, I kind of felt like I'd seen everything. That might just be me though, your mileage may vary depending on how into the mechanics you get. My final verdict on Dragon Eclipse is that it does exactly what it's supposed to do. It doesn't reinvent the wheel, but it delivers a solid deck building experience with its own twist. You've got evolving creatures, unique trainers, and fun synergies to explore. For me, someone who enjoys Slay the Spire and deck builders in general, I really like this game. If you also are like me and like deck builders, this is pretty much a must buy. Once they fix Gaidon in the Switch 1 version and smooth out the performance, Dragon Eclipse will be a polished, well-rounded game. It's a little shallow in spots, but the gameplay is satisfying and rewarding, and that's what really counts. That wraps up today's review of Dragon Eclipse. If you enjoyed today's review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more weekly indie reviews. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Starizard, out.